Europe is officially home to 44 countries. Some are smaller than a city, others stretch across continents, but every single one has a story worth telling. Let's begin the journey up in the North Atlantic. Iceland. Iceland sits directly between two tectonic plates, so the island is literally being pulled apart slowly but surely. This also explains the volcanoes, geysers, earthquakes, and lava fields everywhere. Ireland. Ireland's flag has a deeper meaning than most people think. Green represents Irish Catholics, orange represents Protestants, and the white between them symbolizes peace. United Kingdom. The Union Jack combines multiple flags into one. England, Scotland, and Ireland are all represented there. Wales is missing, though, because it was already controlled by England when the flag was created. Portugal. Portugal and Spain once signed a treaty that basically split the entire world in half. It was called the Treaty of Tordesillas, one side for Spain and the other for Portugal. Spain. Spain once had an empire so massive that people said the sun never sets on it, because somewhere in the world, part of Spain was always in daylight.
¡Lo siento! ¡Lo siento, Wilson!
France. France has more time zones than any other country on Earth. Not because of Europe, but because of all the islands and territories France still owns around the world. Italy. Italy's shape is so famous that people instantly recognize it as the boot. But the country also contains two completely independent nations inside it, Vatican City and San Marino. Belgium. Belgium has 3 official languages: Dutch, French, and German. Some road signs literally change language depending on which side of the city you're standing in. Netherlands. Large parts of the Netherlands are below sea level. Without dams and water systems, some areas would simply disappear underwater. Luxembourg. Luxembourg is one of the richest countries in the world per person. And despite being tiny, it has free public transport across the entire country. Germany. For decades, Germany was split into 2 completely different countries separated by the massive Berlin Wall, guarded by soldiers. Denmark. Denmark consistently ranks among the happiest countries in the world. The Danish even have a special word for cozy comfort and enjoying simple moments. This word is hygge. Norway. Norway is home to the world's largest seed vault, where over 1 million seed samples are stored as a backup in case crops are lost due to war, disasters, or disease. Sweden. Sweden once changed which side of the road people drove on. On September 3, 1967, the entire country switched from left-side driving to right-side driving overnight. Finland. Finland has over 3 million saunas for a population of around 5.5 million people. In some parts of the country, saunas are genuinely more common than cars. Estonia. Estonia is one of the most digital countries on Earth. People can vote online, pay taxes online, and basically run their lives online. Latvia. During the 1990s, Latvia lost almost a quarter of its population after the collapse of the Soviet Union. Lithuania. Lithuania was once the largest country in Europe. During the Middle Ages, it stretched from the Baltic Sea almost to the Black Sea. Poland. Poland disappeared from the map for 123 years after being divided by neighboring empires. Yet the Polish language and identity still survived. Czechia. The Czech Republic drinks more beer per person than any other country in the world. And it's not even close. Slovakia. Slovakia has more castles and castle ruins per person than almost any country in the world. Austria. People confuse Austria with Australia so often that Austrians even sell souvenirs, saying, "No kangaroos in Austria." Switzerland. Switzerland built hundreds of thousands of shelters and bunkers during the Cold War, enough to protect nearly its entire population in emergencies. Hungary. Hungary lost around two-thirds of its territory after World War I, completely changing the shape of the country forever. Slovenia. Slovenia is one of the most forest-covered countries in Europe. Around 60% of the country is covered by trees. Croatia. Croatia's coastline has over 1,000 islands. Most people don't even realize how insanely fragmented the country looks from above. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bosnia and Herzegovina has one of the most complicated political systems in the world after the Yugoslav wars. Serbia. Serbia's capital, Belgrade, is one of Europe's oldest cities and has been destroyed and rebuilt dozens of times throughout history. Montenegro. Montenegro's name means Black Mountain, but the country is also home to one of Europe's deepest canyons, the Tara Canyon, which looks almost unreal from above. Kosovo. Kosovo is one of Europe's youngest partially recognized countries, declaring independence in 2008. Albania. For decades, Albania was called the North Korea of Europe because of how isolated it became from the rest of the world during communism. North Macedonia. Mother Teresa was born in Skopje, the capital of North Macedonia. Greece. The Olympics began in ancient Greece nearly 3,000 years ago, where winners originally received olive wreaths instead of medals. Bulgaria. Bulgaria is one of the few countries in Europe that has kept its original name since it was founded over 1,300 years ago. Romania. Romania is home to Transylvania, the region that inspired the Dracula legend. Moldova. Moldova is home to one of the largest wine cellars on Earth. The underground tunnels stretch for over 100 kilometers, basically an entire hidden city built for wine. Ukraine. Ukraine is home to one of the deepest metro stations in the world. Arsenalna Station in Kyiv sits over 100 meters underground. Belarus. After the Chernobyl disaster in 1986, about 70% of the radioactive fallout landed in Belarus, even though the nuclear plant was in Ukraine. Russia. Russia is the largest country by land. So large that it stretches across 11 different time zones, more than any other country on Earth. Turkey. Only a small part of Turkey is geographically in Europe, but Istanbul itself sits on two continents at the same time. Malta. Malta has no rivers, no lakes, and no mountains, making it one of Europe's strangest landscapes. Andorra. Andorra has two princes as heads of state. One is the president of France and the other is a Spanish bishop. Liechtenstein. According to a famous story, Liechtenstein once sent 80 soldiers to war and returned with 81 after supposedly making a friend along the way. Monaco. Monaco, also known as the Millionaire's Playground, is so small that you can walk across the entire country in less than an hour. San Marino. San Marino claims to be the oldest republic in the world, founded all the way back in 301 AD. Vatican City. Vatican City is the smallest country on Earth and technically has its own army, made up of the famous Swiss Guard. Cyprus. Cyprus is geographically closer to the Middle East than mainland Europe. But politically and culturally, the island is considered European and even uses the euro currency. And that's it for Europe. Thanks for watching. I hope you had fun. There are still plenty of continents left to explore, so stick around. We're just getting started.